someone whom we have heard so many times at our club. We have heard him give a series of talks which have focused on this one aspect of how we as human beings are blessed. How we as human beings are so lucky to inhabit this planet where we have everything for us. And on the similar lines, please help me welcome our next speaker with a speech titled Most Remarkable, Gary Akerson.
Before you start the clock, I just want to say, I've given this speech before. I also gave it recently at 5 other club that was test speaker, and that was a good experience, by the way. So anybody that's heard it before, I'm sorry if you've heard it before, but I'm going to give the same speech. It's improved a little bit. Hopefully it will be. Okay. Not real gregarious, but it's a speech, okay? What I'm going to talk about is something that's most remarkable, and it's really a miracle. And what I'm talking about is the creation of a human being. We all know what has to happen. A man and woman get together. But when that's done, that's all we do. That's all we do is that. And then everything else happens automatically within the mother-to-be. Happens automatically. When they're done, there's about 250 million sperm. 250 million, that's a lot of sperm. That's as much as the population of the U.S. It's actually between 50 and 500 million are involved. What is a sperm? A sperm is the tiniest human cell. The egg is the largest human cell. So the largest and the smallest are involved here. And a sperm is made up of 23 chromosomes. Now, if someone took one sperm and put it on a piece of white paper and said there's a sperm right there, no matter how good your vision is, you're not going to see it. It's microscopic, it's tiny. But it's made up of 23 chromosomes. There's 23 of anything, and something you can't see is remarkable. And these chromosomes are DNA wrapped around something called a histone. And if you could unravel them, they'd be about 6 feet long. 23 6-footers. If there was a wire going through the room and you wanted to hang these, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And those are all going to fit in something you can't even see. They're molecules. How did nature get it so small? Really, think about it. How did nature in a normal setting create this? To me, that's really a miracle. But the other thing I want to say about sperm is that men make a lot of them. They make 40 to 60 million per day. That's about 1,000 per second. 1,000 per second, the most complex thing you could think of with 23 chromosomes. They're making 1,000 per second. Okay, let's get back inside. We're in this environment that's not real friendly. It's not really hospitable. There's acids. There's enzymes. Probably many sperm die instantly. Probably 50 million die instantly. But they're looking for an egg. Eventually, between 20 and 200 find the egg. How do they know they found the egg? How do they know they found the egg? These are made 1,000 a second, but yet they know when they find the egg. And they're trying to get inside the egg. They're competing to get inside the egg. Finally, one sperm out of 250 million or more gets inside the egg. And two things happen after that. Number one, the sperm's tail falls off. I don't know why he knows to do that, but it does. It has because it'll mess up things in the nucleus. And the egg seals her border so no more sperm get inside. How does she know that? The egg's been around in the mother for 30 years, but yet they seal the border so no more sperm get in. This is how nature made it. To me, that's pretty fascinating. So here's the father's chromosomes and the mother's chromosomes, and they're in the egg. It's not a real far distance to move, but to them it is. They're microscopic. You can't see them. And really think about that. You came from something you can't see. You can't see it. And that's all we started as. Anyway, so they got to move. Mother has cilia inside of her body, and the cilia are moving these chromosomes. I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong subject. They're not using cilia now. This is just chromosomes they have to move. They move and they join together. They have to join together, or we're not going to get a human being. They have to join together. I am from the father, I am from the mother, whatever. They get together and they have to divide. Something says divide, and they divide into two. All 46 of them divide, and they have two cells with 46 chromosomes, 23 pairs, one from the mother, one from the father, and they keep dividing. dividing. And each time they divide, all 46 of them go in half. I find that pretty fascinating too. So, we're talking about cell divisions now. Cell divisions. Every single cell division is purposeful. I find this very remarkable. I'm saying remarkable a lot. But every cell division that happens is making something. Every single time the cells divide, it's for a purpose. It's making a brain, it's making a kidney, it's making a liver, it's making eyes, it's making an ear. It's for a reason. There's nothing on our bodies that aren't needed. DNA's made it that every time they divide, they're doing something. They're making a bone. They're making something. I find that very fascinating too. So, let's go back where we were. We have a zygote, it's a fertilized egg, it's in the fallopian tube. Okay? It's in the fallopian tube, and it knows it's not supposed to be in the fallopian tube, it's got to be in the womb. It knows that, and it says it's got to move about 2 or 3 inches to the womb. Now it gets involved in the mother's cilia. And the cilia moves it gently until it gets to the womb, and then the egg says, stop, I'm where I need to be, and it attaches, and then it proceeds to build an umbilical cord. The umbilical cord is attached to the mother's blood supply, and that blood is fed to the zygote, and that blood is turned into bone, and all the other stuff that makes the baby. Eyes, the skull, everything is being made in chronological order up there, or wherever it is. So, after many of these divisions, the baby gets formed, it's fully formed down there. I can't breathe very good, it's kind of cramped down there, and labor pains commence. And after considerable pain, the mother gives birth to a baby 97% of the time. 97% of the time the baby's perfect. 3% of the time they're not, that's another speech. But 97% of the time, the babies come out, the arms are the same length, legs are the same length, eyes, ears, nose are symmetrical. And it's a perfect baby. I call it perfect. And when the baby cries, you know that's the end of the process right there. So from a sexual embrace to a cry, I just think that's just really something else. And I just wanted to share that today.